This conference will now be recorded.
Yes. How many of you practiced? What is our last topic, first of all? Can anyone tell me?
Exceptional handling.
Exception handling, right? So how many of you understood perfectly and how many of you practiced? Have practiced any queries? Yes, no?
Topic wise, it is clear, Sujit.
So what about practice? It is not done.
Oh,
No, Sujit,
No.
you need the chance to practice.
No, okay.
They
I
did- they
told that not required any practice. That is the reason you skipped the practice for this
No,
topic. Not like that, right?
at least we have to do that review, right? So that is also
Ah.
critical. Also, it is required.
So what is our topic today?
Exception.
Then given all the probabilities.
Yes, propagate and continue.
So you want to give gone through the PPT?
Sujit,
Yes, yes.
try catch will be there, right?
Try catch. See, many things are there like that, but these are the main. But what is a try catch? Since you asked, let me explain that as well. It is very simple. That is a very simple one. Catch? Idea? Yeah, what is a try catch? I think someone asked.
I'm not
Yes,
sure,
yes.
Sujit.
What try catch? Okay. See, where I got an exception. See, if I get an exception at a is true validator level, it is throwing as an exception. Yes or no?
Yes.
Remaining process are not getting executed. Correct? Now, I want to bypass that scenario. Okay, whether it is throwing exception or whether it is not throwing an exception, I want to bypass that and I want to move forward with the remaining processes. What I can do? Right click on this is true validator, wrap in try scope. Again, this is a try. That means whatever the logic you write in this try will get executed, right? If I get any exception now, we have a specific error handling for that particular component. Yes. If I configure a continue scope, what happens here now? If I configure a continue scope in this error handling block, the transformer and the get product by name, will it process or not?
yes. No, it will not process.
Success.
No. If I configure a continue scope, continue.
Yes.
So continue means what? Which is giving a success event to the next level. What is the next level in this case?
Transformer.
Transformer only, no? This is the flow. Understand?
Okay,
this is a flow. Try, catch. Okay, you need to treat this as a flow. Right? Whatever the logic you want to write, you can write it here again. Logger, whatever the logic you want, you can write it. You need to treat that as a separate flow. Okay. Once you get any exception, you can catch that exception here by using a scope. If you configure a propagate, the error. So now the logger will get. First of all, if you get any exception, the logger will not get executed. So all this story, Then it will check in a local error handler. It will execute the logic present in that scope and check it will propagate or continue. If it is a propagate, error event will be thrown to the next level. What is the next level here?
Parent flow for a validator.
Parent flow, because here the propagate means the error. I got an error here, right? So this process also will not get executed. Then it will check to the local. That means parent flow. If it is a continue, it will suppress here and success event will be given. If it is success event means the transformer will process or not.
It will process.
That's it. That is nothing but your trace flow. Okay. Okay. Till now, what and all the concepts we discussed? You, if anyone heard about my demo, this session may be the replica for that in detail, but in detail. So how many of you gone through, what are the main topics we covered till now? Can you please tell me from starting? Yeah, what are the main topics?
First of all, you told that about web services, next orchestration logic, and design part of the mule you told. Next about how Postman works.
Postman.
Next, we'll get a request from client, right? That is a Postman
Consuming
you
REST
also
application, you mean to say?
consuming REST application from. Yes,
What about
yes.
others? Can you please respond, guys?
You told about payload, how it works in detail.
We discussed about the Java module, database module.
Okay. Database
Transformer
module. 1 second. Assume that is the database. Okay. Next. What else?
consuming SOAP, consuming REST.
Consuming a SOAP application. Assume this is a REST application. This is a SOAP application, right? What is my REST application name? Product service REST. Product service SOAP. And this is the database, right? Now, these are the third-party applications which contain some product details. Yes or no? This database also contains some product detail. Yes. Now, my requirement is I want to develop one web application. While developing a web application, my client has given some requirement that the request should go concurrently to all the applications. Are you getting familiar with my demo session? I mean the use case where I wrote. Yes.
Yes.
Concurrently. What else? What is the second requirement? You want to concatenate all the product details from different application as a single response, and he want that response in a JSON format. So these are the simple three requirements he has given to me. So he is giving some request like this, HTTP request from the Postman. The request should look like this: HTTP localhost 8081/all. Okay, assume this is the request, right? So in order to listen to what they will do when they are developing a web application, if we type for any of the details and if we click on a search button, the request should come to, or else they can write integration logic in a web application only, but they will outsource that integration logic to some third-party vendors like, yes,
Mule.
Okay. Now this is a web application, this is my Mule application. Now they will outsource the integration logic. That means whenever he send a request, the request should come to the Mule application. To listen to this HTTP request, what is the component I need to configure?
Listener.
What is the listener? HTTP listener,
Yes.
which is listening on the port
8085.
8081. Okay. Next, what this listener will do?
It will convert the HTTP request
Accept the
to
request
event.
and
Convert into event, right? Now, what is a component I can configure which will take this single event as an input and convert into SOAP related or a product, REST related and connecting to database? How we can do that? What type of component we can use?
transformer.
Choice.
Choice router.
Choice router.
No. Scatter the other.
Choice router will work based on some condition, correct?
Yeah.
But what is that router called? Scatter
Gather.
gather. What the scatter gather router will do? Assume that this is a scatter gather router. It will receive this event and convert that single event into, that means it will take a copy. How many copies are required?
3.
3 copies, right? Now, there is something adapter. What is adapter? How to consume a REST application. And one more adapter, how to consume a SOAP application. And one more, how to connect with a database, right? So can you please assume that adapter means one flow. Assume that this is a flow again. Flow contains 3 parts: source, process, and error handling, right? Assume that this flow is getting invoked by using a flow reference. So what is the first component I need to configure in order to consume a REST application? Yeah, what is the component?
HTTP request.
Request connector, right? Okay. From this request connector, we know how to send a request to the REST application. Okay. Next, to consume a SOAP application,
Consume web service.
consume connector, okay, which will send SOAP related request. Next, to connect with the database, any of the operation like select operation, whatever the operation you want, you can use it, and it will send the request to that. Now, consume connector will send, select operation will send, right? Now, at the same time, they are giving some responses back. My REST application is giving some response back to the request connector. What type of response it is? In our application, what is the response? What is the MIME type the application is exposed as?
JSON.
JSON. My SOAP application also giving some response back to the consume connector. So what is the response type?
XML.
And my database giving some response back. Yes. If you are sending a get all products, if you are consuming a get all products, then if you are sending a select a star from product detail, so select star from product, what type of data you are going to get? Some result set in Java format, Java object, right? Array of objects. Yes or no? Basically Java format. Now, are we having 3 different formats here? At this flow level, we have a JSON as an output from the request connector. At this flow level, consume connector is having a XML, and here object, Java object, right? Now, first requirement, is it fulfilled? Sending a request to all concurrently? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Please respond. No. Next, next requirement is what? I want to concatenate all these responses together. How can I do that? The best way is first convert that JSON, XML, and Java objects into one uniform format. So what I can do, I can write one transformer. Code can be written in the multiple ways. I am trying in this way. I can use one transformer in the flow itself. What will be the input for this transformer right now? What is the input for this transformer?
JSON.
JSON, XML, and Java
No.
object.
For this transformer I'm talking about, from where you are getting XML for this transformer? From the request control, you're getting only JSON, right?
Oh, just for the one, yes.
Yeah, just for
JSON
the
only.
one. Yeah. Here,
XML.
XML.
here, I mean result set,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
right? Now, what I can do, I can convert into some uniform format like JSON or a Java. I will convert this into Java. Here also, I will convert that into Java. Here also, I will convert that into Java format. So output of this scatter gather router, see this flows is also part of a router. So output of this scatter gather router will be what? What is the
Java
output
object.
type? 3
Java
Java
object.
object 0, object 1, and object 2, right? It is a payload. These 3 Java objects are acting as a payload from the scatter gather router, right? Now what I can do? How to convert from one format to another format again?
Transfer message.
Transformer.
We'll use one more transformer again here after the router. So transformer contains two parts, header and a body. In header, what is the ultimate response format I required? JSON, right? I will just specify JSON here in the application/JSON in the header part. What will be converted into JSON? Whatever the body, it will be converted into JSON. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So I want to take this payload which contains 3 Java objects as an input, and I want to concatenate as a one set of array. So how to convert that? In data view expression language, there is a function called flatten. Flatten is a function which is taking the entire payload as an input and 2 dots. See, I'm writing some little bit confusing way here. Very don't have space here. 2 dots represent descendant operator in data view. Descendant means it will do the concatenation of the payload and it will create one more payload. Okay, that payload at the end of the flow, what will be the body? Flatten function. The return type of the flatten function is an array. That array in which format? JSON format. Array means a single response. So that array in a single response in JSON format will be given back to the client through listen. Got it? Understood clearly? Yes or no? I am trying to introduce the scatter gather router with the concepts what we discussed with some requirement. Why I'm telling this point here, why this scatter gather router introduced in this right now after the exception, because I can tell before after the transformation only, because you need to understand about the transformer, what we can do with the transformer. Once you understand that, if you tell this point, it will be very easy instead of telling after the database or in the starting. Hope everyone understood what the transformer is doing and how the router is gathering the responses. Theoretically, everyone understood?
Yes, Sujit.
Yes, Sujit.
Let me write it in a practical way. Let me import a project called scatter gather start project. Yeah. So this is where you will save a lot of time. You know how to write a request connector, how to use the consume connector, and how to get a database connector, how to write the connections and all, right? Do I need to rewrite it again? Not required, no? Right? So first, in order to listen to this request, what is the first component I need to configure here? HTTP
Listener.
listener. Let me drag and drop this listener. So let me configure this listener. 8081. What is the path?
All.
All is the path. Okay, next. What is the next connector I need to use here in order to send that request? Take a copy and send a request concurrently. What is the router?
Scatter gather.
Scatter gather router. So what is the input for this scatter gather router as of now? Yes.
JSON.
Mule event.
How?
Event.
Yes. It's a mule event. How this? Not
Mule
this.
event.
empty mule event, right? Now I want to invoke all these flows. How to invoke one flow to another flow?
Flow reference.
Can I use that? So this flow reference, it's up to you which flow you want to invoke. But whatever the hierarchy you are writing here, whatever the hierarchy you are writing in this gather in the same format, it will be displayed. So what is the first one? I want to go with the database and make sure that flow reference is referencing to that. Okay, so that it will easily understandable. So how to invoke one more flow? Yes, where I need to write how to invoke one more flow. Do I need to write one more scatter gather router?
No, only flow
No, we can add
reference.
in same.
Drag and drop the flow reference again. How many are required?
3.
3.
3.
So second one again, I am going to connect with the REST application. SOAP application. Okay, next. So once I send the request is sent to database. First, we need to check the connections, whether everything is in according to your specifications or not. Because I may design, earlier 1 year before, at that point of time, the connectors, the versions were very different. So I'm using select operation to connect with the database. Let me check the configurations once. 5.1.33. What is mine? 8.0.17. Let me modify this. And just cross check it. Okay, next. Of course, I'm not using a secure, so I'm using a localhost 3306. Root is a username and password and the database. That's fine. Do I need to start my database explicitly? Not required, no? Because it's a manual. Sorry, it's automatic. Whenever I start my application, automatically it starts. Next. What you will be getting output from this select operation? If I send a request for get all products, that means select start from product. What you are going to get?
Result set.
Result set. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm converting whatever the payload I'm converting, getting, that is converted into Java object, right? And the logger. Can you see this logger? Can I write the logger in this way? A message in this way. If I can write that,
Yes.
what is the log information you're able to see?
We'll just see db dash dash hash payload, like that only you can see.
Okay, in that case, no value for the payload, will not be displayed any value.
No, because it's in literal mode.
Any other answers? Purposefully, I have written this scenario here, or maybe the certification question as well. My mule runtime will able to understand based on the syntax, hash and square bracket. It is a data view expression, and it will treat this payload as a keyword in a data view, and it will fetch the payload value, and you will be getting a value as db -- and the payload value. Got it?
Yeah.
Next. What is the next? REST application. REST application is pointing to request connector mapper to this is the path. So do I need to start my REST application here? Third party REST application? Of course, yes, right? To get the data. Yeah, is it started? Okay. Next, once it starts, what my transformer is doing here? What will be the payload for this transformer once I deploy?
It's JSON.
It's a JSON, right? Why silent, everyone? It's a JSON. That JSON I'm converting into Java object. Now see the logger. Will it give the payload value? That means that JSON object, that means the Java object here, right? Next. What is the last one? SOAP application. So, am I getting all products or get product by name here? Get all products. I have given a task on this SOAP application. I don't know how many of you completed that by using a parse template. Do I require any parse template here?
Not in
Yes.
view.
Pardon?
No, we don't need that in the 7.7 version, I think.
IME 7 minus 7.5.
Okay.
So I think I required that, but I'm not using a parse template and try to deploy whether it will show error or not. Let's see. And once you get all the products, what I'm trying to do here, I'm fetching the get all product response and I'm converting it to Java. The logger will display the payload. So can I deploy this application now? What is the second requirement?
We have
And
to
I
transform.
want to start the SOAP application as well. Okay, I started that SOAP application. Then what is pending?
We have to
I need to
transform the payload.
concatenate all these three different objects, right? By using what? Transformer. I'm going to use the transformer again here. Right? Now, what is the input for this transformer?
Scatter gather.
No, scatter together. What is the input for this transform message? What we are able to see on the input payload?
Object.
Three Java
Objects.
objects.
Three
We
Java
have to
objects.
merge them together.
Yes. So I want the three Java objects to be concatenated. I will write that logic in the body, and that response to be in which format?
JSON.
JSON.
JSON. Now, what I want to do, I want to concatenate. How I can concatenate? There is
Flatten.
a function called flatten. Is a function which will take the entire payload as an input, right? You can see it is taking array as an input. Now dot dot represents what? It is taking three Java objects as an input, descendant operator to concatenate, and it is going to create one more payload. See, this is a syntax. This is not a variable name. Okay, this is not a variable name. You cannot use any other word in that, right? This is a syntax. And what is the return type of my flatten function?
Array.
It's an array, right? It's an array, right? It's an array.
Sujit, one doubt. Here there are three objects, so that you are given three dots, or normally the syntax is three dots.
Where I have given three dots.
Here payload 1, 2, only 2 you can. Okay.
Yeah, two dots represents a descendant operator. Okay. Okay. Now, so this is the array which is giving by flatten function. Is it converting into JSON? Yes. So very silent today. Why? What happened? Everyone not active. So why? What happened, guys? In India, is it a morning voice? That is the reason. I already completed 2 sessions in the morning. No response.
Today it looks like a big topic.
Big topic is a very small topic. Very small topic. Exceptions and transformations, those are complex topics. There you guys given very good response and very good answers.
Yeah, we understood that one very critically yesterday's
That means
class.
you didn't understood this point.
I'll watch that videos today, but I need to follow till now.
So what about this? Ravi, redeemed that coupons, Ravi yesterday?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And Sushmita, have you done?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So scatter gather application got deployed. Can I give a request now?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the error? Unexpected error while consuming a web service. So where is the point?
That service started.
That service is started. The point is
So
consume correct parse template required. Right? Let me create a parse template. Did I create the parse template earlier? I'm just taking this get product by name into the resource. If anyone not done, please have a look.
Suji, that pass template required till 7.5.
That means total depends on the module version which you are using. Web service consumer module. So in version, this is a little bit confusing. I mean, in which version they are using it, they require a pass template. They will keep on updating that. I think now in 7.8, when they release a new version of web service consumer component, that is module, I don't think so it's required.
Yeah, even not in
yeah,
7.7.
in 7.8 it is not required.
So here what is the change I need to do? Get product by name request instead of that one. That I need to change to get all products. Do I need to have a name attribute over there?
No.
Can I write this instead of a template? Can I write it by using a transform message as well? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, what is the next step? How to parse that by using a
Parse template.
Parse template. So what is the location of by file? Get
Product by name .xml.
Okay, I didn't change the name. Let me change the name again. How to change the name? Refactor, rename. Get all products. I'm not writing in a camel casing just for understanding purpose. So is it the name is changed? So get all products. Do I need to give extension? Definitely yes. Right? I've done some changes to my application. I'm just trying to restart the application again. Let me restart it again. See, nowadays it's become very easy about the scatter gather router. In the previous versions, before 7.4 version of a scatter gather router module, there is no patch in the runtime only. So we explicitly added the in the runtime about the scatter gather router. Okay, that's what I mean. Previously, that was creating a huge issue. So nowadays, I mean, it's become very easy, straightforward. That error got fixed. In the library, in the runtime, in the library, we need to add one patch. Okay, that means one dependency is missed in the runtime about the scatter gather. That explicitly we added in the runtime. Still, it is getting deployed. Yeah, it is deployed. Let me give a request now. What is the response type you are expecting here?
JSON.
Am I getting a JSON? Yes. Is it in single array or multiple arrays?
Single array.
One array.
Single array.
One array. Which contains elements. Element of which? What type? JSON type.
Object.
JSON type object. So first, this format product ID you are able to see in the line 2. Just for differentiation purpose, I have created output type in different formats. Okay, while creating my application only. So just to differentiate between the REST application products and SOAP application and database products. So first we are getting the details from which product? Database product. That means the database module. So how many products I have in the database? Around 7, I guess. The last product is 8, number 8. You remember, if you remember that, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? Next, immediately one more element started. This time the format changed. The product ID 1 from where? REST application. So how many products I have? Total 6 products, right? Immediately one more product got started. This time the product ID is 1 in the last line. That means from where? From the SOAP application, right? Total 6 products. So am I concatenating by user flatten function and converting that array into JSON format according to requirement, right?
Yes.
I sent a request to all the applications concurrently. Yes, and you can see the logger. SOAP hyphen and the payload. Yes. REST hyphen and the payload. That's what you're able to see in the logger. Sorry, in the logger here. Is it giving the payload value? Yes, sir. Yes. So understood clearly about the
Hey,
scatter gather.
Sujit, what happened if one of the service is not responding? So other two will still return and merge the data back, right?
No, let me stop that one server. I'm stopping one server. Will it give other two applications? That's what previously we have seen. When I not written up SOAP server, that means parse template, at that point of time it is given exception. Yes or no? There is a problem with get all products, right? So it will throw as an exception. If you
So
want to
if we
catch
manage,
exception,
so if we handle that exception in the continue, so it will
it's
give
up to you.
result from other two, right?
Exactly. That's what you need to write your logic in a handling, exception handling. Got it?
Yep, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So actually,